everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to try something totally different than I've ever done before. It's not a major accomplishment, at least I don't think. But this came up in my recs on YouTube, and I thought, why haven't I seen this before? It's perfect for what we do, what we need for our junk journaling, I hope. So I am going to attempt this today, and it's called a Flutter Book. And I saw a couple of different people making it. Both of them were libraries who have like an artist program for kids or whatever. And so I have just taken 10 pieces of coffee dyed paper, and I think this is about 24 pound. And then I have these two. I don't know what they're from. I want to say they're probably from Pink Monarch Prints. It's kind of a peachy gold and green collection. I don't remember which one. If I can remember to look it up and see if I can find it, I'll put it in the description box. But I'm pretty sure it's Pink Monarch Prints. Anyway, we're going to use this for the cover. This is just regular paper. And the key to this is that, I mean, these don't all have to be coffee dyed. I'm just doing that because I just want to make myself a little book. This is going to be totally a tester. If it works, you're seeing this video. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to delete it. So anyway, but let's assume it's going to work. We are going to take a couple of pieces of these because for the cover you need it to be able to wrap around your whole book. Now you want it to be the same height as the pages, but depending on how many pages is going to determine how long this piece needs to be. Now mine's probably going to be maybe a 1/2 inch spine, so I really don't need 2 whole pages. I probably only need to extend this just a little bit. So what I think I'm going to do is overlap these maybe 1 inch, and I'll just we'll do that in a minute. But for first off, you need all your pages to be exactly the same size. This I don't know if you could do it with different sizes because I didn't see it that way, but perhaps you could. We can play with it. I'm going to use my folding method I learned from Trish at Club Scrap, which is to use my scoring board. And these are, like I said, 8.5 by 11. I have coffee dyed them, so hopefully, you know, hopefully they'll, I'm trying to go with the paper, which the way it wants to go, because that seems to be an easier way to fold it. But yeah, so apparently, I don't know why I haven't seen this come up before. It's a different kind of binding, and basically you glue the edges only, so the book will totally lay flat. It reminds me of an accordion, a little bit of an accordion type journal as far as it will open out, but it doesn't open out all the way completely because the cover kind of contains it, and I'll show you all that. You don't need to remember any of this. Little piece of disintegrated paper on top. Now this little purple mark, I think it comes from the pizza pan with the holes in it that I used. Maybe there's some kind of chemical reaction that's happening with the coffee, and the makes those, it's not really, I don't know, maybe whatever pan I coffee dyed in, some kind of reaction there. There again, I'm just trying to make sure that these are straight, because if they're not straight, they're not going to match up to each other. And I probably should have done this with plain old, I do have some tears and such, so Let's see what happens. But I probably should have started out with plain old white paper, but we'll see what happens. I don't really do a lot of things in white paper, so there's some lines on here, and I think I'm just going to follow those. I'm going to use my my glue stick, and I'm going to come along this side here really well and come along here real well, and I'm going to line it up on that line. And let's hope we make a connection here. Oh, did you see what I did? No, that's right. Okay. Phew. All right. I'm going to come along here. Looks like this piece of paper is slightly bigger than the other one. Don't know why. Let me see if I can get a baby wipe. I can't. I love coconut, but these baby wipes with the coconut scent, they're kind of weird. All right. I just want to make sure, and we can trim it up after. I'm pretty sure that's straight. So I'm going to lay this behind me to dry, and then we are going to start here. So I need a piece of paper to glue on. I think I've got some parchment. Looky there. All right, let's try again. Got some wax paper will work. And we want a few pieces of wax paper. So I'm going to tear off, I've got 10 pages here. So, oh, it's a brand new box. All right, so we are going to take the first piece here, and all we are going to do is glue these on top of the one below it. Okay, so we're going to take this one. I'm going to get rid of some of this wax because I don't need it. All right, so I'm going to put this here, and we are going to put another piece in between because we don't want to glue the pages together. And we are going to do about 1 inch of glue here on the edge. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we are going to line up the next piece. I'm going to open it so I can see that corner. You want this to be matched up very well. And I can see that piece did not go where I wanted it to go, so maybe I should, okay, let's, oh, for heaven's sake. I don't think that's going to matter, but I'm going to come this way so that I can get these lined up perfectly. And hopefully this, oh my goodness. All right. Let's glue it this way, not on the ripped edge. I'm thinking the problem here is that I copied the paper, so they're not exactly the same size, but we'll see what happens. All right, I'm going to use my little brayer here. I want to make sure that's nice. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece and put it here and fold this down, and hopefully that will, see if I can get it to kind of reconnect with itself, and put more paper on here. There again, I think I'm going to keep going this way because I think this will be the best connect. All right, then I'm going to take this, open it out, lay it on top, like so. I'm splitting the difference. If it's not quite the same height because of the coffee dye shrinkage, I'm just splitting the difference. I think it'll work fine. Okay, take this one, put a piece in between. Like I said, we don't want the pages to glue together. This one didn't get folded exactly. Even though you take all those precautions to fold it exactly the way it should be. There we go. All right, I'm going to take some more glue. Make sure you get the edges really well. And then we'll take the next piece. Okay. Now, you could do this with as many pieces as you want. I have 10 here. I think on the video I saw they did 7. Yeah. And so you could make this, you know, as large or as small as you like. All right. Do this again. That must be where that little piece tore off that I found. Oops. See why the wax is down there? Because I went under, and that would be all on my next page. Okay. Take your time. I'll probably do a little fast forward action for you here until we get to the end of gluing all these pages one on top of the other. Okay, we're coming up on the last piece, and I'm telling you, I just happened to think this would work really well with washi tape even. You could do some washi tape around the edges, and that would keep it together as well. Alright, so we've got our whole book there. It's not perfect on the spine, but it's good enough. Let's take out these pieces, and hopefully it's not all glued together. So, hopefully I've left it to dry long enough. If I see some purple, I'll know. Yeah, see, I feel might have to go back through and kind of just double check, because even with the wax paper there's some glue crossover. And you could reuse these wax paper sheets for gluing or make another book. Once that glue dries, they should be. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there for a minute. But you can see the back is completely open. So I'm going to leave this for a couple more minutes and let everything dry, and then we'll be back. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, this is not attached at any of the spines. This is just one long continuous, and apparently I did 12 instead of 10, so I think that's why it's called a flutter journal, because the pages can fly free. That's what I'm going with. Anyway, okay, so the trick of the spine, or I should say the cover, is that it needs to wrap around, and it attaches exactly the same way, here and here. I'm going to start on the front because I want to make sure the front is perfect, and then I'll deal with the back later. We'll do the spine. If I squeeze this super tight, I can get 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to leave about 1/2 inch, and the reason for that is that I'm going to probably want to put stuff in here. So I measured a piece. This will be about there, about 1/2 inch spine, leaves me about 1.5 inches, and whatever's left, I'm going to fold in and make a pocket. So let's get started. I got a piece of wax paper here, and because there's some little tear from the coffee dyeing process, I think I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'll just get another piece of wax. And I did have one page stuck together, which I have corrected, so this is the piece I cut off from the extra floral. We'll have just a strip of floral. It was hard to decide, but I decided I wanted this to be the front, and just that little strip of floral on the back. Okay, so we are going to find my glue. There we go. Shout out to Marty and Janet and Annie, my girl Annie. You know who you are. Let's see, so if this is going to be the front, I want to put a good amount, but there again, just 1 inch, because you'll find that the beauty of this is that it will lay flat. So here we go. Wish me luck. I'm going to go in here like this, line it up the best I can. Where'd it go? There we go. Already had it lined up. And then I just want to make sure, looks like I'm pretty much on the edge. That's why you make this the same size as your pages. I'm just gonna, you could score your paper if you wanted to. I'm just gonna kind of do it this way. I want to make sure this comes around, and I don't want to squish it too much, but I think I'll probably just pull it a little bit like so, lay it this way, and then kind of make sure I'm pretty much lined up on the top and bottom here, and then I'm going to use my finger to kind of score along that edge on the bottom. So now I've kind of got that cover and the little bit of spine there. You can leave it rounded. It doesn't have to be that way. And then with what I've got, I think I kind of like that. I'm just going to come along here on the edge, just score that a little bit. You could cut it off, but I am going to, oh, you know what? That won't work. It won't be it'll be a pocket if I do this. What if I glue that down to that piece? That's what I'm going to do. All right, and then I'll put the pocket over it. All right, so we're doing this together, guys. All right, so I'm going to put the, well, let's try and not make such a mess. Come on, Kristi, get the program. All right, let's go this way. Those ridges from the coffee dyeing do eat up your glue stick a little bit. So you don't have to use glue stick. You could use another glue for this. All right. Now I have that little edge there. I'm just going to define it more because that's where this piece is going to line up. So I'm going to pick this piece up. I'm hoping that you guys can see all this, and I'm going to bring it over to that edge right there. Get it where I want it. Okay, there we go. I hope that's right. So as you come along, it doesn't lay exactly flat, but it's flat enough to work on it because you're not attaching this. So if you want something that's going to be a little stiffer, you're going to want this to be cardstock. I'm just using decorative paper, but as you can see, the pages do lay flat. I mean, they open out all the way so that you could work on this. But as you have it, you can see that some of the pages just kind of come up just a smidge, and I don't know if that's something I did wrong or what, but they do lay flat. It just, that piece that's attached to the cover, it's this piece right here. Maybe I should have left that not so far. Let's see. Let's see if I can. Oh, I glued it down too tight. I think that's the problem. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I pulled it over too far. I'm not sure, because I thought we were supposed to pull it all the way over. And let's just see what we can do. The glue is not completely set, so what I want to do then is bring that over. I have my spine piece. Now it looks like maybe I don't want it to be glued down so close. But then it feels to me like if it's this far over, it's going to be even tighter. I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. I'm wondering now that I think about it, she did the back cover first. So maybe that's the trick. Maybe the front cover is not attached. I don't know. I am going to just come along here and score this really quick. I want this to be here and this to be here. Okay, so that it'll fold out a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so that's our spine piece. The back piece, it feels like, and it's wanting to attach right here. So I'm just going to let it attach there. And maybe it's the pocket that's causing the problem. Yeah, that seems to be a little better. It still kind of comes up a little bit with a little spring in it, but not as much. So I'm going to go ahead and put this pocket on here though, because I don't think it's going to make a difference. Use my edge here. And we'll fold that in. There we go. Like that. Just another type of booklet with flat pages for working. So as we go through, I'm looking at this, that could be why they did the back first and then wrapped around the front. But I don't, as you start in the front, it this piece kind of bows a little bit. And then as you get toward the back, this piece bows a little bit. But to me, that's not an issue. You can see what's happening right here. But that's just because you've left this unattached, which I think is fine. I like it. I think it's cute. You could make this as a quick gift for someone. All you have to do is put a little focal point on there, or just, you know, because these papers are so awesome anyway, just tie a ribbon on here. If you know how to tie a ribbon, because apparently I don't. There we go. Like such. Yeah, cute little quick gift that took no time to put together, and you could use it just for writing, keeping notes, whatever. But I like it. I might try it again with the cardstock, and I might go watch the video again. I will leave the video I saw in the description box below so that you guys can go watch it and point out everything I did wrong. And don't do as I do, do as she does, because she's a professional. Well, I mean, I'm a professional, but not at this yet. Anyway, yes, so there you go. I love it. I love this paper. I want to say this is the December kit from Pink Monarchs, but I will go find that right now, and I will list that below for you. I thank you all for watching and going with me and learning together. It's always fun to try something new, whether it works or whether it doesn't work, whether it comes out the way you thought or whether it comes out completely different. That's how we learn, that's how we grow, that's how we invent things, that's how we discover things. So have a great day. See you next time. Bye now.